Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on POSHMARK, and I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone and hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. I am now filming this actually ahead of the new year, but this will be posted in the new year, and I'm just really excited for what's to come in 2024 for all of us. 2023 was crazy for me on Poshmark and here on YouTube, and I just want to say thank you to all of you who have been around watching my channel, whether you are an active subscriber and you watch every video, or you've just found me from one video, or you're just subscribed. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it, and I'm very excited to see what 2024 is going to look like here on this channel. Before we get into today's video, which is a very exciting topic, I just wanted to put a note out there to ask you as the community who is here and the reason why this channel exists. I would love to know if there are any topics that you guys want me to cover in this year. I know I have kind of just been doing content that I think is going to be helpful for people and covering topics that I think I see a lot of people asking for and wanting, but I do know that there are some topics that become very repetitive over time, and I definitely want to take that into consideration with everyone who watches. So if there are topics that you would like me to cover or specific questions that you have about Poshmark and all things Poshmark, then definitely let me know down below if there are topics you want me to cover or anything like that, or any ideas that you have that would be helpful. Now, as far as today's video, I am going to be talking about the future of reselling on Poshmark in 2024. What are the things that you should be doing? What are the things that are going to make you have the most success? Okay, so the first thing that is going to be really important on Poshmark in 2024 is being a part of the live shows community. So I know a lot of people actually really don't like the lives, and they don't want to go live, they don't want to participate in lives, they think it's killing the platform, but really, Poshmark is really pushing these live shows. They're really pushing people to go live and participate in lives and just be active when it comes to anything live, whether that be the Posh Party lives or just Posh Shows live. And I actually, I go live semi-frequently myself. I do silent shows all the time, but I do know I actually popped into a show the other day just for fun, and I think I actually accidentally clicked on it, and I saw that I was in the show, and Poshmark was advertising at the top in like a little banner that said, for your first Posh Shows purchase, you can get $1.99 shipping, which I think is them really trying to push these Posh Shows and really trying to get people to, participate more in them. So that right there just proves that they're really trying to push them, and they're really just driving to get more people to go live because they know that other platforms can do that. Platforms such as Whatnot or even like Instagram and stuff, people go live on all the time, and Poshmark is really trying to compete with those platforms. And so they're really going to be pushing the lives agenda. So basically, what you really want to make sure you're doing is, one, continue to go live if you are going live, continue to have those shows and do them frequently, and two, if you haven't gone live or you haven't participated in lives, definitely give it a try. A lot of people knock it before they try it and say it's not for them, and I mean, really, it could be really beneficial. It could be that new thing that really pushes your business forward. So give it a try if you haven't already, and if you've tried it and you don't like it, then you don't have to participate, but at least you could say you've tried. And it's hard to say that you don't like it unless you've actually tried to do it. So definitely do it. I, in the beginning, thought I wasn't going to enjoy doing silent lives, but here I am doing them almost daily, and I really enjoy them. So give it a try. They're really going to be pushing this, and this is going to be key to bringing those consistent sales on Poshmark in 2024. So another thing that they released actually in 2023 was the promoted closets. It was in the beta phases, but it's going to be even bigger and better in 2024 apparently. So now it's going to be pushing out of that beta phase. It's going to be more of a real thing that they're going to keep there. They're kind of done with that trial phase of like testing it out, trying to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. And so it's going to be big and better, supposedly. I mean, that's what they're saying. They're going to make a lot of changes. They're going to make a lot of improvements based on what the Posh ambassadors have said as feedback. So a lot of people were able to test out the beta phase, myself included, and we were able to provide feedback to Poshmark on what was working well and what was not working well. And I think they are going to push out a bunch of changes coming in the new year. So again, this is something, if you haven't tried already using the promoted closets, in the beta phase, you could definitely still try it out, and you can have a free trial. So I recommend just doing the free trial because you really have nothing to lose when it comes to the free trial, and you can see if it helps you increase your sales. I know a lot of people that have a lot of success with the promoted closets and they pay for it monthly, but I also know like people like myself who didn't really have that much success with it, that canceled it after the free trial subscription, would have started. So it just really depends on the person, but some people can have a lot of success with it. So definitely do the free trial, see if it works for you, and you never know, maybe it could actually really help you increase your sales. And maybe come, with all these new updates and this new push that they're doing, maybe I'll give it a try and pay for it for like a month and see just how it is and see if it's really updated or anything. And then maybe I can report back to you guys if there really are massive changes that I'm seeing from the free trial that I did a couple months ago to now. But I just think that it's worth a try because they're really going to be pushing this again, and the more publicity your listings can get, the better you will be. Now here's going to be another big one. Make sure that you are using those offer to likers frequently and as often as you can. Make them irresistible. Make them things that people are going to want to accept and purchase. So for me, I send out offers every single day. I swear by that. I think it's so important to do. But again, make sure that you're sending out offers that are going to be good. A lot of people say they send out offers daily and then they wonder why they're not really making sales, but then their offer is not really that good. So especially with offers to likers, your offer has to be less than 10% of the original price, plus it has to have a shipping discount. Now, you don't want to just get the less than 10% and the shipping discount because, again, that's not super enticing. You want it to be very irresistible. You want it to be something that they're not going to want to pass up. So basically, especially, if they like the item just then and you're sending out an offer, you want to make sure that you catch them while they're looking for it rather than them finding another listing that they could eventually purchase. So I'm not saying to go, extremely low and not make any profits on your item, but your budgets and you know what you can do to earn a profit on your items. So definitely do whatever you feel is right, but make sure that your offers are going to be good. And again, if you don't want to send out an offer using the offer to likers, you could still send out bundle offers, which is just another way to send out an offer through the bundle without having to provide a shipping discount. So you can still send a really good offer and you don't have to include a shipping discount if you want to do it that way. Year after year, they continue to tell us that 66% of all sales on Poshmark, which is 2/3, come from offers being accepted or sent. So it's so important to be doing that, and that's only going to keep going up in time. So it's so important to make sure that you participate in offers for continued success. And another big one that is not going anywhere is sharing. You need to be sharing every single day on Poshmark. You need to be sharing throughout the day on Poshmark, and you need to make sure that you're doing it multiple times a day and not just once a day. I know so many people that, will ask me why their listings aren't selling, and then I'll look at their last listing and I'll look at when it was last shared, and it was like several days ago, several months ago, and right there, I'm like, okay, well, that's exactly why your listing isn't selling, because you're not actively sharing it. At that point, when you are not really sharing your listings, you're just hoping that someone's going to come across it when they search for that item rather than it coming up in the feeds or something like that. So it's just so important to make sure that you're sharing throughout the day. This is why I swear by having AVA. If you don't already have AVA, I have a lot of videos on what AVA will do for you and why it's so important to do. But basically sharing is so important, and the VA can do all the sharing for you, so you don't even have to worry about it during the day, and make sure that you're, cycling through your closet every so often. But a general rule of thumb is I share my closet at least once an hour if I can, and I have about 700 active listings. But again, if you have more listings, you might not be able to do once an hour. If you have less listings, you could probably do multiple times an hour. It just depends. But definitely keep sharing and make sure that you share throughout the day, and you're going to get continued success. Now, another good tip to remember, and this is where I'll leave this video on, is don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I mean, I'm only on Poshmark myself, and I really can only handle being on Poshmark right now as a part-time seller. But it's so important to be selling wherever you can, whether that be on Poshmark or any other platform. But if you can, definitely cross-list to other platforms. You could use a tool to do that, and that way it's really easy. But sometimes it's going to be slow on Poshmark, sometimes it's going to be slow on a different platform. But it's so important to just make sure that you are selling at whatever capacity you can and making sure that you're maximizing your chances of continuing your business and growing it any way that you possibly can. So whether that be being on multiple platforms or just really honing in on one, just do whatever you can. But a lot of people say that like sometimes it could be really slow on one platform, but then not so slow on the other. So maybe if you didn't put all your eggs in one basket and you were on multiple platforms, you would have that continued success daily, even if there was a slow platform or something. So I recommend not putting all your eggs in one basket if you can, but coming from me, I'm only on Poshmark, so I guess maybe I should try and go on other platforms in 2024, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it's definitely important to be open to explore different platforms and be open to try new things and see what's going to work best for you. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope this video really brought you some inspiration and some thoughts to remember going into the new year. These are things that you definitely want to remember to keep doing on Poshmark, and these are things that are going to continue to bring success to Poshmark. So if you want to have success on the platform and you want to have consistent sales on a regular basis, then you definitely need to be following these things. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and like I said, Happy New Year to everyone, and thank you for being around. And don't forget to comment down below any ideas that you want me to cover in this new year, and I would love to take those into consideration and talk about them. If you want to see a video on reasons why your listings aren't selling, you can click right here. If you want to see a video on features that you should be using on Poshmark that are going to give you success on the platform, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.